right, Greenleaf fans, let's talk about it. Everybody's talking about it since the last episode. Should Jacob forgive Kerissa? Now, this is a topic where I've seen fans kind of split in terms of whether or not Jacob should have forgiven her because it would be the right thing to do versus, you know, man, Jacob's just being selfish. It's like he had all these other women, and yet Kerissa cheats one time and he wants to end it all over that. Now, before going any further, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, that way you don't miss out when I post new content, and make sure you follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Now, it's really hard to take a side on this because I will admit, I know the hypocrisy of what Lady May was saying, and then the fact that Jacob brought, well, Mom, you never done anything like this, unbeknownst to him. You know, he doesn't know about, the fact that May stepped out on Bishop, and then Grace really isn't technically a Greenleaf, and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, May was telling the truth in regards to all the women you've been with, even another woman I didn't know you were with. I forgot the name, but it was the person who was working for the Greenleaf family before Marisol. And apparently they were doing it in the laundry room, and then Kerissa caught him. So in terms of her being a mother, she was definitely setting her son straight. But at the same time, for someone spouting out scripture, she was definitely being a hypocrite in that situation. However, like they say, two wrongs don't make it right. But it's like, Jacob should definitely consider thinking about what he's done versus what Carissa's done. Because for him to be the one to say, you know what, it's over, after all the cheating he's done, it's almost like I see people saying the argument, man, stepping out on your partner multiple times is one thing versus them stepping out on you one time and then giving you a potential disease as a result. I know it was it chlamydia, but it wasn't confirmed if Jacob got it from the one time they had sex, but there is a possibility that he could have it based on the fact that she had it while they had sex. So yeah, it's like, well, what's worse, your partner cheating on you multiple times and you having to carry that humiliation and disrespect throughout the course of your marriage versus someone going out on you, skipping out on you one time, having sex, coming back with a disease, and you potentially have a disease that could have been something that might be non-curable. So yeah, but I will say this. I did like the scene between Kerissa and Jacob when Jacob went to talk to her. And Kerissa, for once, sounded very sincere. Like, hey, yeah, your mother talked with me. Then she talked with you. And it's like, well, you know what? I'll drop the whole will thing and everything. And you just say you forgive me. And then that's it. And I really like how sincere Kerissa was when she was approaching Jacob with this. And I like the fact she's like, you know what? Given the fact that your mother knows what's right and she's on my side, I'll drop the whole thing with the will, but our marriage is over. So I like the fact that Jacob didn't just say I forgive you just because it would have dropped the whole tension in regards to the house and whatnot. But at the same time, I like the fact that he stood his ground. I'm not saying he's right, and I'm not saying that I would have been him. I would have done the same thing in his situation. It's just that the fact that he's cheated up to 3 times, and then she steps out once, but then possibly does something that affects him in terms of a chlamydia. So I really can't say who's right in this situation. I'm just glad Jacob didn't forgive Kerissa just because it would have been the easy way out. Because it would have been easier to say I forgive you, and then she dropped everything in regards to the will. But then he would still either be A, miserable in his marriage, or B, cheat again on her. So I definitely think that this will lead to good storytelling in regards to their future. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out more in the spinoff, or maybe by the end of this season, they'll get back together. We don't know. But in the preview for this week, this upcoming episode, the 5th day, he is talking with Zora about the divorce, and she's going to confront the parents. Okay, well, fine, because Kerissa says she has a role in this as well. But we'll get to that in my trailer breakdown for next week. But I would say that it's like they say, sometimes you can forgive someone, but that doesn't mean they'll hold that same place in your life as they did before. So basically it's like, hey, Kerissa, I forgive you, but our marriage, just because I forgive you doesn't mean that I can stay married to you because you cheated, despite the fact that I cheated multiple times as well. So Yeah, that would have been another interesting aspect. It's like if Jacob said, "I forgive you, but I still want a divorce," would Kerissa have still used the will against him and things like that? That would have been an interesting character moment there. But overall, what do you think? Do you think Jacob was wrong for not forgiving Kerissa? But I did like how May was like, "Hey, fine, you know what? I understand it. But regardless, make sure your son isn't in a Grace and AJ situation. Make sure both parents, both of you, are involved in his upbringing." So I did really like that as well. So, with that being said, sad to say, even though they had their own personal war, so to speak, Kerissa versus Jacob, now the rest of the family is involved due to Jacob's investigation and Kerissa getting that will from Fernando. Now Tara possibly wants the house, and we'll have to see how things unfold in the next episode. So guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If you'd like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next episode.